After the creation of man in Genesis 1, God saw that there was still a need in him. Genesis 2:20 says, "But for Adam there was not found an help that is suitable for him." Why? Because he was one of a kind then. And although God made him to interact with him, he knew that sooner or later the man will feel the need to interact with someone who is exactly like himself. So in verses 21 and 22 of Genesis 2, God made a woman and brought her to Adam, and Adam named her Eve. Relationships are imperative for many reasons, such as increasing our emotional well being, creating stability, learning how to be a good friend or mate, having someone to count on and trust in times of need, and someone to bend to when we face challenges. It also takes away loneliness and makes us feel included. Relationships oftentimes are the glue that holds us together during time of stressful situation and when we face life difficulties. Without relationship, we will have a deadened spirit and a lack of connection to our true selves. Even though men and women need relationship in different capacities and for different reasons, we both tend to gravitate to others like ourselves, whom we likely share related careers, places we always frequent, the funds we always have, activities and hobbies that we're involved or engaged in. That makes relationship a must in order to have people that helps in making us better. However, men and women differ in how we formulate lasting bonds with others. Women are more emotionally connected and invested, and they rely on girlfriends for things like advice about romance, children's development and cognitive capabilities, and learning how to be better at life and in a relationship. While on the other hand, men don't have to be emotionally invested when they engage in certain activities like going to the gym, playing football, or watching the football itself. Men are easier at compartmentalizing their feelings in relationships, while women tend to hold grudges. They take longer to deal with emotional baggage and they allow issues to linger longer more than necessary. Men move faster in relationships, making it easier on themselves to become connected with the opposite sex much faster than women. Relationships are one of the gifts of life. Our relationship with people forms the beauty of society and communities. Through relationships, we are able to find companionship and build togetherness. Through our association with other people, we are able to connect with one another regardless of our background, our history, race, or our social status. Even the Bible, in expressing the power of having someone or people in our lives, says in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, from verse 9 to 12, it says, "Two are better than one because they have good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone. When he falleth, he hath no one to help him up." Relationships are therefore gifts from God. Ecclesiastes 4 carefully details fundamental elements that makes relationships such a beautiful thing. The preacher in Ecclesiastes pointed out that anyone who has no one should be pitied. Why? Because when they fall, they will have no one to help them up. Now, you may not need to get married to have people who will lift you up when you're down. However, if you are going to be honest, there are situations where the only person you need at that moment is someone that you are very, very intimate with.